Hey, I'm Tom, designer at Basedash, and I want to show you around. Basedash allows anyone on your team to query, to build dashboards with just natural language, and to create reports that are automatically delivered to you with the assistance of AI. Let's dive in. One of the most important features of Basedash is the chat functionality. You can think of this like ChatGPT or Claude, but with the full context of your business data. So in this example, I'm going to paste in something where I'm looking into myself to see how active I've been, and I'll let the AI get to work determining what this all means. What this is doing is it just reasoned through and found all these different data points for me and summarized a single user entity. But you can do that with pretty much anything. If you're looking into sales data, Stripe, activity, understanding your users, organizations who are active in your workspace, you can ask it pretty much anything. And now you can create these charts. I can add them to dashboards. I can keep digging further. This doesn't just have to live inside of Basedash. We also allow you to chat with Basedash directly from Slack. The next core feature of Basedash is dashboards. In this case, I've got a dashboard that's connected and serving data from Google Analytics. I can see how many visitors we have, what device type we have, top pages by visitor count, bounce rate by page, and even where visitors are coming based off of their location. But let me show you how to create a chart inside of a dashboard. All I do is I hit Edit, click New Chart, and then just describe what I'm looking for. In this case, I've chosen to say Show me visitors over time, but I don't have to just create one chart at a time. I can go ahead and create a couple other charts. And now I've got visitors over time as a line chart. I can see that with a metric at the top. And here on the right-hand side, you can see that I have the full customization. If I really wanted that to be instead of a line chart, I wanted it to be a bar chart, or if I wanted it to be some other visualization, then I could change that there. Now, if I'm more technically inclined, I can also expand this full screen, and I can see the underlying SQL. So if I have existing SQL queries that I want to bring into Basedash, they're really easy to do that. And also, you can ask Basedash to optimize existing queries for performance or to inject variables into the query. If you notice here, Basedash automatically added the time interval, start date and end date to the query when I asked for overtime. And so now I can change this to 30 days, grouped weekly, and I didn't have to actually define those variables. It just knew enough to inject them into a time-based query. Also, over on the right-hand side, you can see there's a full chat history. So if there's ever something that goes wrong or you need to revert to a previous version, you've got version history for every single visualization that's created inside of Basedash. Got the full schema inside of here, so you can expand, investigate your schema structure, search for tables, and then manually copy and paste them into the query. As far as customizing dashboards, it's pretty easy. You just drag and drop around, and you can also resize by dragging from the bottom right-hand corner. There's a couple different types of dashboards that you can generate in Basedash. Obviously, this one is just website analytics, but most of the time, people who are using product data want to see the details about a single entity. We've got those set up here. This is a user details dashboard. So I'm showing the details about myself. I can see my avatar, which is being pulled from a Postgres database, and I can also see activity, which is being pulled from Segment. You can even get as far down as you want in this, and you can do this also for organizations as well. So in this case, this is Basedash organization. We have the avatar for the organization, how active we've been. We've got activity. We've got activity broken down by member, and basically everything we ever want to know about an organization right here in one place. And the way this works is if I wanted to create a chart on this dashboard, show me the chart types as a pie chart. So to use those variables or those filters that are defined in the top bar, all you have to do is just tell it to use them. And Basedash is intelligent enough to know the context of where the prompt is defined, and it will hook it up to that organization ID in there. And there you go. This is the chart types that we've created inside of the Basedash organization, broken down inside of a pie chart. So if you make this a little bit bigger, you can see a breakdown of all those different things. And let's make it a little bit more responsive to the side there, and we get a better visualization depending on the size of the card that you have inside of your dashboard. Now let's talk about one of our newest features, reports. Reports are the ability to have Basedash working in the background for you. What you do is you tell Basedash in natural language what you're looking for, and then it will automatically deliver you the report via email or Slack. Here's one where it's basically just an executive summary. And what it'll do is we give it this basic prompt, and then it will send us this either from email, and right now it's not hooked up to anything, but if you were to choose a Slack channel, then it would be able to deliver it there. The sky's the limit here. We've seen some really cool stuff with it, and I'm excited to see what people make with it. Now let's talk about the data that Basedash can ingest. Basedash has the built-in functionality to connect to any warehouse. Let's go ahead and go in here. Warehouse, we can connect to BigQuery, ClickHouse, Redshift, Snowflake. There are over 600 different connectors that we have. We also connect directly to any SQL data source, like MySQL or Postgres or PlanetScale or Supabase. Those connections can be set up in as little as 5 minutes. If you're worried about who has access to data inside Basedash, you can set up custom groups, and they can have access to only specific dashboards. So when you're sharing something, you can choose to restrict it to only specific individual users or groups of users within your workspace. Also, you can embed any dashboard that you create in Basedash inside of your own product. We give you an iframe of every dashboard that allows you to even inject values from your application into the URL through URL parameters. Any dashboard you create inside of Basedash can be hosted inside of your own application for your users. And that's Basedash. If you have any questions about our security, pricing, or any other documentation, be sure to check out our website. We've got a lot of comprehensive documentation at docs.basedash.com. But if you have any questions for the team, you can also reach out to us at hello@basedash.com. We've got a 14-day trial with no credit card required. You can set up Basedash in as little as half an hour. And if you need a little help along the way, someone at Basedash team will be more than happy to sit through that onboarding session to make sure you're set up for success. We're excited to see what you build with it and looking forward to hear any feedback you have about what we've built.